All right, good day. Welcome to Bowman Web Services. My name is Tom Bowman. I want to take a second. I want to talk to you about AI and how you can very easily get involved with AI, bring your company more into an AI first type of company. And I have the first step available for you. And so, in exchange for your business, and your patronage. And really, there'll be a set time you'll have to play games with me, all right, like with everybody, but you're with directly with me, all right? You get my skill set. I'm actually going to be applying Claude or Claude Cowork or Claude Code to a whole series of things in your world, and you'll be amazed if you end up a folder inside my Claude. You will definitely be grateful as shit to be that person. And I want you to know I'm only going to take a handful of people. Why? Because I already have a dozen other projects going on. I actually rank on Google for all-inclusive timeshare promotions. I have access to 100 resort locations. We're getting ready to build a huge resort-related thing. And I believe it's going to be with this lady. I've already started her entire thing. This is her website. It's in two languages. It's like 250 pages. It's got two AIs. One speaks Spanish, one that speaks English, um, and directly goes to a landline. Ultimately, the game is to put the AI on the telephone so that it answers 24 hours a day. And the moment somebody wants to talk to a human being, if it's during business hours, it just transfers right to them, right? And so, listen, let me go back through it here. I'm going to show you some stuff. Um, and I want you to know I have the skill set. I actually have an SEO background. I've actually ranked content on Google for everything from the Mayan ruins to the different cenotes in Cancun to actually ranking for, like I said, the actual packages people search for, those gimmicky trips that only save people $1,500 to $2,500 on their stay in exchange for, a 90 to 120 minutes of their time with no other obligation outside of meeting the terms and conditions, those kind of offers. Yeah. I want you to know that ultimately at the end of the day, yeah, you need to get a hold of me before that project takes off because you just won't get any attention at all. And ultimately, in the meantime, I want to see if I can solicit some people to get involved with me and my ridiculous skills. I'm going to show you. Right here's Bowman Web Service. I want you to know this is an AI website. It is not WordPress. Right. This is not a go high level video. I'm not soliciting 300 products, all right, that in my opinion half work. I actually I have like 7 to 10 services that are real services that have real products that they've really manufactured and put a lot of time and effort into, and those are the ones I use, right? And so let me run through a very simple loop. Simple loop here. This is where you start, okay? I will take your website. It's probably like 6, 8, 10 pages. I'll run it through a whole series of things, right? And so again, this is not a website. This has got to be 200, 150 pages. I don't even know how many pages. It's a lot of pages. It's got a blog. I don't even know what's in the blog, right? At some point, this thing will be hooked up to an automation, right? Where it's just going to run shit and just build new pages. So I play with N8N. I have my own instance of N8N that I'm using. Okay. I use Telnyx. So Telnyx is you buy a phone number through them, or you have your phone number transferred to them, and they have fiber optic lines. They have AIs, and that AI can live on a trigger, meaning that it can live on a link, it can live on your website, or it can live on a phone line, right? And yes, it can call out too, but that's a whole nother set of legalities. I do Search Console on all my websites. I'm going to show you here a website that's a local handyman company. I own it. I want to get rid of it. If you're a local business person, I'm telling you, this is a win-win right here for you. You find a way to solve one of my problems, which is I'm split between a marketing company, a travel service, whatever I'm doing for other people, right? And this little handyman service that it's just unbelievable. It's got 70 pages. It's just killing it. In 16 months, 300,000 impressions, over 1,500 click-throughs. That means most likely a phone call, right? Um, just in the last 24 hours, right? It's gotten 600 impressions on Google, right? It's just Google, right? And 2 click-throughs, right? And so to handle all of that, and ultimately, I don't even have anybody that's really doing the work. I hurt my back. I totally went AI here about 5 months ago, and I don't think I'm looking back. But I get this thing that's sitting, and we're going to use it as an example, right? And so it is hooked up to automations, and it's hooked up to that right there, I just said through Telnyx, going to an Airtable. So here's the Airtable. I cleared out all the leads on it, right? Brand new thing. It's going to populate some information here via this automation. It's going to run this whole thing, and it's going to send me a Telegram alert down here to Telegram. And it's going to pop up here the whole message, right? And so that's going to be the test. I'm just going to show you. This is the first place you start, right? You got to have something in place that's doing something, right? And so the first step, right, is to get rid of your WordPress website, right? No more SiteGround, no more of this, shared server crap, no more WordPress, no more WordPress plugins, no more Elementor Pro, right? I know my shit. I've been doing it many years. I've had 500 web pages going on WordPress with Elementor Pro. Trust me, this is much more awesome. Get away from all this. I will take your website. I will literally have an AI go through it. It will make a plan. Most likely, it'll want to go and look at all your competitors, right? Yeah. And so it'll then make a plan. It'll probably make a 50-page website for you. And that'll be my gift for you getting involved with me and trusting me in the development of your company, right? I'm going to give you something, right? It may not be that impressive. It might not be 50 pages. Might have that kind of niche, right? But if you're a local handyman or something like that, honestly, this handyman site really has 50 or 60 pages. It might have scaled it back at one point because the AI is looking at Search Console data for 16 months, right? Of what's hitting, what's not hitting, and it's looking at the WordPress files saying, oh, you have a page, and it's matching things up, and it's saying, we'll dump this, we'll keep this. Oh, and one of the things I'm doing really good, I'm ranking across half the country for IPTV. I know. So it's going out and it's going to monetize it via Amazon and some other things, right? And it created a series of pages because it said, well, one page won't catch it all, right? And it said, let's make like 6 or 7 pages. So it's now running a whole bunch of things, and I believe that's what I got here today. I believe that's my clicks probably came through. Illegal streaming apps, free movie streaming apps, right? Now, that's not getting you handyman business. No, but it's giving me inbound links, it's giving me traffic, and if I monetize it, it'll give me a stream of income. And the truth is, that's just for that one. That's just for this is just today, right? All right. And that's just what people have to look for today. And today, 6 people have searched for Daytona Beach Handyman. I don't see Port Orange in here. Oh, there are 94 of these. So in here somewhere are the handyman searches, fence and gate repair. There is a market here, right? If I were to get rid of some of this junk stuff, you would see the actual handyman market, right? Handyman services near me kind of search, right? And there's a lot of stuff in here that is not properly targeted, right? But that's also at this little level here. If I back it out, you see better, clearer data, right? I've got 3 months. You have 350 people in 3 months that call a phone number or to go to a local handyman site. That's doing pretty good, right? And so I could actually show you that traffic inside town. I'm not going to do that right now. What I want to do is I want to run a test. I'm going to show you what I mean. Obviously, you see there's numbers here. You probably don't know what any of these numbers mean, right? At the end of the day, I could take anything like Handyman Port Orange, right? Over a 3 month period, that specific phrase typed into Google into a search bar in that order, not Port Orange Handyman, but Handyman Port Orange, right? Handyman Daytona Beach, typed that way, right? Uh, 400 people did that in the last 3 months, 296 in the last 3 months, right? And I got 3 of those that clicked through to the web page that I built, right? My general position on Google was search result 11. That's page 2, search result number 1, right? 8.7. That means I'm number 8 on Google for handyman in Daytona Beach. And it's actually better than that, right? If I search Google right now, real time. You always have this sponsored shit that buys stuff, right? But if I go down here, get Angie's is also sponsored, right? Thumbtack, that's sponsored, right? You got the businesses show up in the maps, and I'm working on building that up, but I really need somebody to take over this business before I do all that shit. And then down here a little bit farther. Oh, I dropped. I did drop a little bit. Where are you? There you go. All right, so I dropped. I was the number 1 search result, but I just did a whole bunch of stuff to the website, and yeah, I keep modifying things. It'll come right back. But I dropped all the way down to search result number 9 on the first page, and that's actually for my main one. That's weird. Maybe it's the other way. It might be this way, right? And every time you do a different type of search on Google, by the way, you get a different query, right? It show up in there. Oh, on number 2 on Google this way. So it depends on which way, right? I know, isn't that interesting? And then, so everything comes down to data and having an AI monitor this kind of stuff to see what this is doing, right? How are people searching for it? What keyword phrases are they using? That's true SEO, right? And that's what I do. I'm really good at it. And now I got an AI and I built an automation. Well, this is what's answering the phone. But I'm building this. Isn't it badass? Yeah, what's it do? I don't know. No, really. No, so this is accessing 3 times. So every day, every week, and every month, Google Search Console. Right here. It's taking this data on all the websites that I have. Right? All the websites. Yeah, let's see that. And so yes, that's what it's doing. And then it's actually putting it somewhere into an Airtable, a series of Airtables, right? So that we could then build another automation that's going to have a much smarter AI in it, right? This one just has a basic AI that costs nothing, like a penny a month to run every single day, right? And so once the automation's built, it runs and does a task. All right. So you could have a briefing sent to you. Every morning I have a brief sent to me of things that I've left undone from the last couple of days, and it's getting longer and longer. But I get a brief every day. It comes through the Telegram into this alert box, which I'm not going to show you because probably shit in there you can't see, or shouldn't let you see. So again, automations, N8N, and yeah. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and we're gonna call this handyman service, right? We can call through here, right? But I don't have it set up on my. Uh, I've got this thing that's in the way, so I can't call from my laptop. So we're gonna do that from here, right? And dial a SID number. Hit speaker.
Thank you for calling DaytonaHandy. This is Erica. How can I help you today?
Hi, Erica. I need to have the windows cleaned in my house.
Sure, we can help with that. Window cleaning is definitely something we do. What's your name?
My name is John McGee.
Got it, John. What's the best number for Tom to call you back at?
Go to 610-123-4567.
Let me read that back to make sure I have it right. 610-123-4567. Is that correct?
Yes.
Perfect. Do you have an email address? Tom sometimes uses it to send quotes.
Yeah, okay. You ever send coupons or anything out? You guys are a little expensive.
No, we don't send coupons or marketing emails. Tom would only use your email to send a quote if you want one. Totally optional, though. It's the address where you need the windows cleaned.
Well, I'll give you the email. That's tom@gmail.com.
Tom@gmail.com. What's the address where you need the windows cleaned?
123 Main Street. That's in Daytona Beach.
It's John. Is this urgent? Something you need this week? Or are you flexible on timing?
Well, we could barely see out the windows. They are very dirty. You might want to note that.
Got it. Note that the windows are very dirty. So it sounds like you'd like this done soon. Is this week good, or do you need it even sooner?
This week is good.
Perfect. And just to confirm, this for interior windows, exterior, or both?
Yes, and you're gonna need a little ladder probably. It's just 2 stories. Maybe it's 12 foot.
Got it. Both interior and exterior, 2 stories. So you'll need a ladder. We'll make sure Tom knows. Tom will call you back today or first thing tomorrow to go over the details and schedule this. Anything else before I let you go?
Are you single?
I'm just here to help with your handyman needs, John. Is there anything else about the window cleaning I can note for Tom?
No, that's all. I was just joking.
No problem. Just wanted to make sure we covered everything for your window cleaning. Thanks for calling DaytonaHandy, John. Tom will be in touch soon. Have a great day.
Thank you, Erica. Appreciate it.
You're very welcome, John. There.
Well, it doesn't look like I'm going to get a date out of the deal. Damn it. I was optimistic too. Maybe I got to program it better, huh? Anyway, that just fired through Telnyx, right? And you see here, now it's firing off all these alerts, right? So it went through Telegram, it's AI, and so I decided, and I've been playing with this for many, many months, right? Okay, so don't just hop with some newbie. I've actually been playing with this thing, and I've learned that the less you give it, the better the results. And so I am working on a couple of different things that are going to be pretty unique. And with this here, I'm actually going to put another AI on here that's going to answer questions about the stuff on the website, right? Because it overloads the AI. Anyway, I'm just going to hop through here. Let me just show you. What it did is it fired off an automation after the phone call ended. What it did is it went to Telnyx here, right? Somewhere in here, right? And it extracted the transcript from that telephone call, right? It then put it through an AI and extracted it. It put it into an Airtable lead, and it sent me off an alert. And then it's got something that's monitoring, I guess, it to make sure that it actually did it. If it doesn't work, it does something, right? And every hour I have some another automation to come through and it'll catch it on the alert, right? Anyway, here's what it did. It had an execution, right? And here we go. And you can see that it fired off check mark, check mark, check mark, went all the way through. And that one leaves empty because it went through. And so what did that do, Tom? Well, it sent that lead to this table, right? To this Airtable, where it's really just an advanced Google sheet or Excel sheet, right? That you can API into and use an AI to access. So normally I don't even dick with this, right? Something else much smarter than me is dicking with this. So if you haven't heard of Claude or Claude Code or Claude Code Work, that's what I'm using. Pretty good. I say I'm pretty proficient. I've got a whole bunch of stuff. I got 1,700 page websites and different niches going, and I'm developing how you lay out a web page, video pictures, video headers, all that stuff. And I'll show you some of that stuff here at the end you see this. So it took the phone number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, right? A Gmail, the 123 Main Street, right? It put it all into a CRM. And because it's inside a brain, right? If the person calls from that number again, it should be able to associate to that number that person. That's not 100% yet, but again, this it's still new. All this is new. You saw how well it spoke, right? As long as you don't pause too long and start thinking, yeah, is this an AI, and you're just not talking to it, it won't interrupt and anything. It's really good. It's pretty accurate. And you see there it does the window cleaning thing. If I there's more notes that show up, and I'll show you that here on the Telegram. And then it really, over time, it will collect different things about your relationship with it. And I'm going to build this up even more for a local business because I want to give it a little more of a brain where it has something that it can access a little more deeply on each client. I just got to thinking about that. But you see, it actually laid all this out, right? Um, all of this, all these different columns. I don't even know what half of that stuff is, but it has some kind of plan that it's made to collect certain data over the lifetime of a client, right? And so again, once they're in here, you can run automations. I could build an automation that accesses that sheet, sends out a monthly newsletter, sends out a coupon, sends out a special something, right? Uh, could be an automation that links to the AI, right? That's on the website. Links to the AI so that if the person calls in and talks to Erica and says, "Hey, I just wanted to get my receipt." You don't want to stop everything people are doing in the office to go and find a receipt and send it to somebody, right? It can actually have access to that and actually send out a receipt via text or email, and that's all possible. It's all done through some kind of automation. So think of it this way: in automation, this NAN is kind of like the hands and the arms that are reaching out, and then the fingers are the actual tools that it's connecting to, right? And so it's like a bridge between these different things, right? And so again, it's a bridge between NAN and Telnyx, right? It's a bridge between uh, Telnyx and actually sending here to Telegram. And again, here's Telegram. This goes on your phone. It goes on your laptop too. You see, here's the same information came through. It comes right through to my phone or to whose ever phone is supposed to be responsible for this lead, right? And so, very simple. That wasn't that hard, right? And so I can set something up like that for you, right? And note, you don't have to even trust it on your telephone. And right out of the gate, if you've got a phone number that's registered with your company, it might not be able to be transferred over to where an AI can sit on it because it's got to go. And again, why something like Telnyx, right? Because they've got these crazy land fiber optic lines. Everything's in house with them, right? Instead of piecemealing through service like go high level, where it's just a bunch of yeah outside vendors. They're APIing in. It's multiple steps away from a thing. Once you know when you get into these new websites, again, this isn't WordPress. It's not on SiteGround, right? Right. It's not a shared server. It's literally a set of static web pages, right? And there's a lot of them. I mean, if I, and again, this menu sucks. This is one of the first ones that I flipped. And really, I was trying to get off of the SiteGround server. I still have a SiteGround server here until for like 2 weeks, and my birthday's coming up. I'm gonna be officially old. I know. Yeah, that happened years ago. Okay. And so, yeah, ultimately, it built a lot of different things. And I really stopped developing this because I'm really not interested in this side. I'm trying to sell it, but gives you an idea of how that works and how I got away from answering the phone because it does ring, right? And it gets annoying because you tell everybody, "Hey, I really just don't feel like helping you, or my back hurts, or something," right? And so that's that. That's uh that's that site just sitting. But yeah, if I get easy stuff to do, I will go do it. Because it is quick cash, and I'm going. I don't know what I put on here. $99 for the first hour. Got to be the most expensive handyman in the entire area. All right, there you have it. Hey, come give me some business so I don't have to put any more mailboxes in, huh? What do you say? Come use my talent properly, and I'll build you up a nice little empire, right? And honestly, doing that competitor research, getting Search Console set up, flipping your website over from something that really doesn't work, and that ultimately is inside the brain of an AI, right? And so, like literally, Claude is the thing. I highly recommend if you're using ChatGPT, you want to start using this. This is it, hands down. ChatGPT is chasing this company, right? Because this thing codes, right, and does crazy things that ChatGPT probably can do some of. But yeah, I really love this Claude Code and Claude Code work and Claude, Ecosphere, I get they call it. And so come chat with me. I'll try to get you hooked up. There's all kinds of different levels, whether you want to go all in and have your own version of co-work set up. Um, it, yeah, a lot of little things we could talk about. All right. And so awesome. Appreciate your time. Um, Hope that helps. There's other services I sell. I'll be putting up more videos. But that's the gist of it. That everything starts kind of there, and then from there you can build and add pieces, right? But you got to be able to first, take over your digital world, make sure everything is working properly, right? On some kind of thing that doesn't need to be updated every 2 months, right? And then do the same thing to your Facebook, your Twitter, make sure everything is set up on all your social networks, right? And get everything clean and neat, and I guess kind of like a rebrand because you're going with AI, right? And you get the AI instituted in all these different places. I think your business will be twice or three times what it is today. Yeah. Plus, you'll be able to follow up with all these people and yada yada yada. Anyway, all kinds of levels of development just within that little package I showed you. I could take it to all kinds of extremes, right? Etc. Etc. All right, I think you see where I'm going. You know, Give me a call. Love to chat with you. All right. Have a great day. Later.